Hello everybody, Brian King here. Today is November 8th, pretty much everywhere in the world except for maybe Australia, where I'm sure it's already the 9th or so I hear. But in the United States, as the world knows, only because our media, for whatever reason, is constantly thrust in your face, and I apologize for that, because I know how miserable it is for us. I can't imagine how interruptive it is for you. But here in the US, we're electing presidents and senators and so on. And my mind has this habit. Hey there, Tiff. My mind has this habit of looking for connections with things. So I just don't want to say, okay, we're voting for president. Well, okay, what are the implications of voting in general? Do we vote in other ways? And basically what I boil that down to is, yeah, every single day we vote. Every single day we make a decision. That is a vote in favor of something. So when you wake up each morning and you think to yourself, man, I really don't want to do this today. I'm just gonna go back to sleep. That decision is a vote in favor of resistance. That's a vote in favor of procrastination. Thank you so much, Tiffany. The pain meds kicked in. It's working great. And they're not pain meds that make me loopy. They're just pain meds that help really reduce the soreness, which is awesome. But what we don't realize is that a vote is saying that we believe in something, that we stand for it, that we care for it. That's what a vote means. And when we make a decision, we're saying exactly the same thing, okay? We are saying, I believe in procrastinating and putting things off. I believe in seeing the negative side of things. Now, these habits that we have need to be reinforced every single day with the decisions we make. People that say, well, I'm just kind of a sad person, or, I'm depressed, or I have depression, or whatever the language that you use to describe your approach to life. Something that I really want to encourage you to take note of and be mindful of is that these are not just these states of being that are constantly with you without your consent, without you doing anything. Every single day of your life, you vote to continue living within these patterns. You vote, you decide to continue to be thinking negative. Or in my case, sometimes I get knocked down a little harder. But my vote is always in favor of resilience, of getting back up, of saying, darn it, I'm going to make this work. I have things I've decided I'm going to do, things I've decided to prioritize. And I am going to decide, I'm going to vote in favor of continuing this course of action because I want these results. Even though my health may have changed or financial circumstances might have changed, I still want certain results. So I still have to make decisions that will move me towards that in spite of new facts or new obstacles. Many people will vote in favor of throwing in the towel. Oh, things have gotten harder. This must be the universe telling me that this is not meant for me. Let me comment on that a little bit because I was having an exchange with a gentleman the other day who was kind of having a rough go of it. And he kept using the word meant. He kept saying, well, this is the way it was meant to go. This is the way things were meant to turn out. And I asked him, why on earth are you giving up so much of your ability to choose, to fate? To believe that there was this universal force out there saying, this is the only way this is going to go for you, Chief. There's no other way this can go. This was meant. I said, no, own it, man. You've made choices. You've decided that as far as you can tell with the facts you have, this is the best course of action for you right now. Own it. Realize that you are in control of your destiny. You have the option to make choices here to create a specific outcome. There's no need to fear it. There's no need to give responsibility away to the universe. You are a self-determined human being living a self-determined life. It wasn't meant for you. You chose it for yourself. And that's a huge distinction. I can look at my wife, Kath, and I, who continually scare each other with just how in sync we are, and I can say, we were meant to be. No, we said I do. We chose to be together. And every single day, in spite of me and my high maintenance eccentricities, she still chooses to be here, and I'm grateful to her for that. That we choose every single day that being together as partners is a path we want to continue. That's not meant to be. That's not destiny. That's decision. We're voting for ourselves. We're voting for our partnership. We're voting for our vision as parents of 3 magnificent boys. When you choose to engage in working with a mentor, with going to school, with watching certain kinds of videos, with distracting yourself with television programs instead of reading a book that can help you expand your self-awareness, improve your parenting, whatever it is. Every action you take, you're voting for that result. I'd like to be more distracted because I have a job I've resigned myself to, and instead of working my ass off extra hard in a way I never ask myself to stretch, I'm just going to distract myself because I don't want to deal with the fact that I could make a choice to change things. I want to pretend that there's nothing I can do about it, and I'm just going to continue to ride the hamster wheel, and when I can't take it anymore, I'll distract myself until that pain is gone, and then I'll jump back on the hamster wheel. Too many people live like that. And if that's the way that works for you, I bless you. I wish you well. I will support you as much as I can. Because for some people, working a 9 to 5 is a good fit for them. Kathy works a 9 to 5 and she does an amazing job at it. I'm much more of an entrepreneurial, rebellious spirit, and things don't really work for me within the parameters of a 9 to 5. So I vote to continue to be an entrepreneur every day I wake up. That's the vote I make. How are you voting for yourself? Are you voting in service of self-doubt? The I can't, the I'm too overwhelmed, the I'm anxious, the I don't wanna, the I don't feel like it. How many votes do you put out there for paralysis? How many votes do you put out there for less than? In terms of your belief of your own capacity, in terms of your belief of what the world is willing to give to you. Oh, people don't like me. Oh, the world's not fair. You're voting in charge in favor of a negative relationship with the world whenever you make statements like that. And it takes place all up here, folks. This reality that you are pushing against, that you think is pushing back against you, is a series of votes, decisions, beliefs in your mind that the world is somehow conspiring against your benefit. And I am here to tell you, as somebody that was a raging negaholic growing up, somebody that could find every reason to be miserable on a sunny day, that was me. I could find reasons to mistrust people, to dismiss people, to think that, that person's up to something. That person's just going to screw me over somewhere down the line. I was Mr. Negative for the first 22 years of my life. Until I realized I had no friends. Nobody wanted to talk to me. Who the hell wants to have the oxygen sucked out of the room they're in? I was good at doing that. And when I realized that there was nobody left around me to blame anymore, it was hard to think that the status of my life was due to somebody else. Because who was there? Nobody. That's when I realized maybe it's me. And it was. And what could I do different? I got myself some help from a counselor, spent a couple years with a beautiful gentleman. He's the reason I decided to go into social work. And upon reflection, I realized my own capacity to decide how was I going to feel right now? What option was I going to pursue at this moment? Was I going to pursue the option of thinking a positive thought, thinking about the wonderful things that are going to happen today and make a point of looking for those things? Or was I going to live according to the mantra, same shit, different day? I know people that live like that, and man, is it hard for them to find happiness. Because they believe life just is. It's this big static plane where nothing changes. It's just drudgery. I haven't lived like that since I was 22. I'm now going to be 47 next month. And I just keep finding new ways to be happy. I'm not talking this blissful state all the time where I'm just happy and nothing ever phases me. I'm human. I have moments of anger, of sadness. But I identify the moments of anger and sadness. Why did this happen? What am I letting in? What's going on here? Then I don't deny it. I acknowledge it. I honor it. There was clearly reason for it. Then when it's had its place in the sun, I decide where I'm going to go next. Okay, I've spent some time with anger, with sadness, maybe even a few moments with feeling sorry for myself. But where am I going next? I'm making a decision to move forward, to go back on the track of optimism, resilience, resourcefulness, solution focusedness. That's how I live my life now. It's taken many, couple decades to refine this approach to life, which is why, people send me questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? You got 20 years? It's not going to be encapsulated in a sentence, but it can be learned through a relationship, through mentoring. That's why I do the work I do, because I can really close the gap and save people a lot of unnecessary drudgery and trial and error, because I can show them the shortcuts, help them jump over the humps. You're free to do it your own. Some people want to. Oh, I don't want any help. I'll do it my own. Great. You're going to have a lot more pain than you need to, but that's entirely your decision. You can do that. So let me leave you with this. What kind of votes are you making for you today? Are you going to vote to feel sorry for yourself? If you do, don't stay there. Vote for the person within you that has the capacity to rise up and be resilient and say, yeah, this punch sucks. It hit, and it hit me hard. But I'm going to get back up and I'm going to keep moving forward because I've still got stuff to do. I've still got experiences that I want to create for myself and for other people. No matter what the outcome of today is, whoever ends up being president, senator, wherever you're voting, nothing can change or take away from you your capacity to vote for the quality of the life you're going to have today. What you are going to bring to other people. What experiences you're going to give them because you showed up. Every decision, every action is a vote for the life you want to create. So go out there and vote more than once for you. This has been Brian King. I'm always here for you. We're in this together, and we'll talk again soon.